no lie. All you can die. Never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side. Yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Daddy. Dad?
What?
I was just
Stop messing with stuff and watch that show.
I just watched Gecko.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Watch the run, watch the run. Watch safety creep, watch safety creep.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
We got this.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Fournette. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come on, let's go.
Snap. 2nd and 11. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check. You go tight. You got tight.
Defense.
Now Leonard Fournette. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Second and 6. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Lucky. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff looking right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. And they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll run on 1st down. Vaughn. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fix and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Vaughn. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. We're scoreless after 1. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41.
Rush in. Greystone travel. Check 24. Watch 24. 40, let's go.
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Ready? Look, squeeze.
Get up out of this.
Get it.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Ready up.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ready.
This is Fournette. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
64, weak.
2nd and 9 now. Completes it to Lee. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Watch twist. Topper.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 77 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Please make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now this throw caught left side. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Had to win that. I seen that. He was wide open.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fournette running right, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Here we go. 8, read. 55. Hey, that's good. Go.
They'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Gator. Watch the run. They're running it. Look at me. Score. Go. Hey, exit.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
He's coming. Defense wins championships, baby. Hey, lock it. Watch the whip. Hey, team 6. Get it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Benardrick McKinney able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So a poor return exacerbated by a holding call makes this 1st and 10 back inside their own 5.
56.
From the end zone, Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure. And boy, did it pay off in this case.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Come on, man. Stop playing. Take this into the half.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's put him on the buses.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
He on some bullshit.
Set, ready? 10-2 stop.
6-man. Check.
On third down, Fournette. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask.
I'm being petty.
Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Fuck that. Put that on your stats. That penalty. Put it on your stats.
Come on, set.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. After the penalty, it's Fournette. Nifty move. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 2nd and 10, Watson.
Oh, my God.
Complete to right. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
I take it.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now on 3rd and long,
get the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
That was you all day. Come on, Harrison. My DBs, man, they weak. They all like rookies and 1-2 players. I had to strip my whole team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 198.
Throwing again is Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Come on, get out my way.
Picked off at the 28. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Ready? 10 logo.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
You ready? 40's up. 40's a mutt. 40's a mutt. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Ready?
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's got some space here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Down. 30 base.
Coming to you.
General West. Down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space. Just
into heavy traffic. And he found it. It's on the ground. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Let's go.
DJ Chark, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Let's go.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
All right, let's go. Defense, baby. Defense. Defense wins games.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't.
It's caught inside the 25.
He threw up a prayer and got it, yo.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, it's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. On first down, Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Way to get down.
A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 2.
5 seconds. That's crazy. You gotta give me that.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Dead ass. Got down in 5 seconds.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Vaughn. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Ready. 18 Gator. Stop your whining.
Take 4.
Hey, high 7.
2nd and 14.
Oh, my
Look
God.
at this. They get the turnover they need. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, Watson. The catch made by Hopkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check 50.
This is Thomas. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football.
Oh, my God.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tyler Higbee, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
What the fuck was that?
A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10.
Man, he just gave it
And they'll
away.
try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Alert!
After the interception, here's Watson. Open man, Higbee, the tight end.
I can't believe he just did me lazy like that.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now it's Watson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up fourth. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. J.J. Watt in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Damn!
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Benardrick McKinney able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
I ain't even back up when he sacked me. That's crazy. I ain't even back up when he sacked me and shit, yo. Good game, man.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Houston, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Your boy Good Vibes is out.